It's time for Teen Mom Trash Talk with Tracey and Noelle.
Hello and welcome to Teen Mom Trash Talk. This is episode 319. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle Winters Herzog.
I'm a comedian.
You're a comedian, and because we're both comedians, on November 11th at 4 p.m., we're going to be performing in the New York Comedy Festival. We're going to be performing Trash Talk Live at Caveat on the Lower East Side of New York City.
Ooh, New York City.
Thank you. Okay, good. I was hoping that you would take my cue.
I did.
We're here to talk about part 2 of the reunion for the next chapter / new chapter. There's no way to know. I think this is episode 34, 33. But it is part 2 of the reunion.
Listen, I just want to tell you one thing.
Oh, you can tell me 2 or 3.
Erin McAllister in our group.
Yes.
She commented on my post about BS this week. And she said, go to the live show. Can't wait to meet our besties and Suzanne and Handy Andy and Nat and Ferry and all the firemen and all my other besties. I love her.
Oh God, I love
It's
that.
like,
Erin, we can't wait to meet you either.
We can't wait to meet you either. I love that Handy Andy. That made me LOL. Because it's
Strawberry
like, yeah,
shortcake herself.
Strawberry
She's gonna be
Shortcake
there.
Handy Andy's going to be there. People are going to want her autograph.
Oh my God. People are either going to want her autograph or be like, why were you such a bad mom?
Yeah, or both. Uh-huh.
Great. Great. It's so
Great.
great to share your
Mhm.
life with the world.
It's so good because people are very bold.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well.
before we jump into this, so obviously we already talked about the live show, and we're inviting you to listen to our new favorite podcast, So Pumped, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, available exclusively on Patreon at the super duper trash talker level. And we're covering Vanderpump Rules. It's amazing.
It's so good.
It's
The
so
girls are in
good.
Cabo right now.
They're in Cabo, but they're coming back for episode 12. So go over there to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. It's right down there in the show notes. So don't be a silly goose.
Don't be a goose. Just
Don't
go.
be a goose. Don't be a goose. I said that to
I don't have
someone
time for
recently.
geese.
I said something. I was like, oh, he's such a goose. And they were like, he's such a what? I'm like, a silly goose? Like, why are you not good at life?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, you should know what a silly goose is. Jeez.
There's a maximalist page on Instagram. I'm on Facebook where it's like people who like love maximum design.
Mhm.
It's like, show me pictures of your house. So I sent a picture of my babe cave before, and then Chico was in the picture, and somebody's like, I thought your dog was a sheep at first, and I thought that was so
Oh, I want to see the
funny.
picture. You gotta send it to me.
Yeah, it's like, this dog looks like a sheep.
All right, guys. If you want to talk about this podcast or just talk about the show, you know where to go. Facebook, Trash Talk, Teen Mom Trash Talk listeners on Facebook. The password's again is besties, BESTIES.
Yeah, don't
We're
forget
also
it.
going to be off next week, but we're going to come back to you with, you know what? We're covering old Teen Mom 2.
Oh my God, I actually can't wait. I can wait forever for Family Reunion to come back so
No,
we
me
can
too.
cover old Teen Mom.
Me too. It's like, please don't
Mhm.
even come back. Also,
Yeah.
just one more thing about housekeeping. Catfish Trash Talk is back. It's back, baby. So we're going to be doing some of the episodes on Patreon at the super duper level, which is the lower level. And then we're also going to be doing some of them on the regular feed. So make sure you're tuning into the new season.
There's
of
already one
Catfish.
out on the regular feed.
There's already a regular one, and there's already a Patreon one.
Yeah, Reg and Pate.
So, Reg and Pate. Part 2 of the reunion. Let's go.
All right,
Okay.
all the girls are there.
But all the girls are there, but they leave everyone except for Cheyenne and Ashley. And we're going to see what happens later.
They're lame,
But we didn't.
but nothing happened.
No, but they didn't show anything.
No, I'm saying nothing happened. Right.
What, did they talk?
No, I don't think so.
Great.
Because then I remember seeing some kind of post from Ashley saying, kind of like apologizing for them not talking after the reunion was filmed. Kind of like she regrets everything.
Regrets
So-
everything. What? You mean like regrets fighting with her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like, but I like, so I don't think that they wound up talking. I think that Dr. Drew thought they were going to talk.
Okay, well, he thought wrong.
Yeah. So stupid David.
All right. So we, stupid regular David. So now we're bringing Caitlin out. She is dressed like Elvira.
But this is what she does.
I've never
I
seen
do
something
like her
this.
hair though.
Listen, I'm not even saying she looks bad. She's
Yeah.
dressed for Halloween.
She is just for Halloween.
And guess who else is dressed for Halloween?
Who?
Tyler.
You think that's for Halloween?
I mean, I hope it's not for every day.
I think that's for every day.
Well,
I
I'm
do.
hoping it's Halloween, and in my head, it's Halloween, and that's how I'm justifying it.
His sateen shirt.
He wore a seafoam green satin shirt with Justin Timberlake ripped jeans with glitter peeking out of the rips.
She had on glitter fishnets, I think.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't hate her outfit. I didn't hate any part of it. I hated that altogether because it was Halloween.
Yeah, of course. It looks like a costume. Right.
They were both wearing costumes.
I don't think this is a costume for him. I
Tyler
think this is an everyday look. It's either nipples out or sateen.
All right. So Caitlin said that she's back in therapy because of her toxic family stuff. Why were you out of therapy?
Why were you out of therapy?
Who let you out?
It's so crazy. It's like,
who dismissed you from therapy?
How many times have you traveled for therapy? Done? You guys talk about trigger trauma, and you're not in therapy?
Yeah, this is wild. So Dr. Drew goes, yeah, I watched you guys cry when you had to leave Carly. Do you remember when you gave her up in the parking lot?
Right.
Remember when your heart got ripped out of your soul?
Yeah.
Remember, Kate,
do you want to see it again?
Remember when your vag was still sore and bleeding
from
just birthing the baby, and then you had to walk in
with
the parking
that gaping
lot
hole
to hand off the only thing that you've ever loved and ever loved you unconditionally.
Yeah.
Remember when you handed her off, and it was just like you were just little kids just handing over your soul.
And
remember when Dawn just manipulated you, and he's like, anyway. What else is going on?
She's like, yeah, so I'm back in therapy now.
She's like, I'm actually going twice a week now that you say that. And then we have to talk about Tank Top Gate.
Why? This isn't a thing. Okay, it's not a thing.
Dr. Drew asked Tyler if he's still doing deeper therapy, and he answers everything except for that question.
Yeah, so no, he's not.
He's like, I'm going to be writing a book 10 years ago. And then also I was going to finish my degree. But you know what? I decided I want to be Batman.
He's like, I'm off the ketamine.
I'm not off the ketamine, but I just don't go to therapy anymore.
Well, yeah, right. No more deep therapy.
Okay, so we find out that Cate was sexually abused as well when she was 8 years old, and only told her parents recently. And Dr. Drew is like, that's why April drinks. That's why she's like, no, it's not. Fucking not. Shut up.
Yeah, no, it's not.
David. And he's like, yes, it is. And she goes, no, it's not. Because my mother was the same before and after I told her. And when I told her, she said, quote, that sounds dumb as fuck.
Oh my God. That's what I wrote down too. It's like, not what's wrong with her, but what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's
But Dr. Drew is like always defending her.
He is always defending her. And it's like, listen, I know that Kim messed up with Tyler and like didn't believe him that he was getting abused. But Kim's a different mom. Right. Yes. She's just a different mom than April.
April tattooed the word toxic on her because she said that that's what Cate calls her. I mean, either that or maybe she's a big Britney Spears fan.
Maybe. I think if the shoe fits, tattoo it.
Well, she's over April, and Dr. Drew's like, oh, come on, April's great. And she's like, yeah, okay, great. Then let her be our mom. Bye.
Why don't we just talk more about Kate's dad or something?
I know.
Why do we always have to talk about her mom? We don't really know much about her dad.
We don't. I want to know more.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm confused, and I'm going to need you to clear some things up for me because we're moving on to Ryan.
Yes.
So Chance is there with Ryan. They're interviewing at Larry and Jen's house because I guess he gets like day passes.
Right.
He went to treatment. He's 5 months sober. He's never been sober before that. He said that
we know that obvioso by seeing him.
He said he never used while he was in treatment, but he did use in jail the time before this.
Right.
He said that the kids are not enough to keep him sober, which is a very deep thing that addicts need to realize, right?
Yeah.
His eyes are bugging out of his head.
Okay, so I'm looking at, I feel like anytime we say anything about drugs, people always have to be like, oh, you guys are wrong.
I want to know, because here's the thing. His eyes are not working.
Yeah, he's medicated.
He's on like maybe Suboxone or something
so
like that.
I was going to say he's on Suboxone. I can't wait to be told that I'm wrong. I'm not wrong.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the medication they said that they were going to put him on?
Vivitrol, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's a side effect of Vivitrol?
Maybe. The thing is, he's on something.
Right.
And it's like so many haters will say that's not true. It is true.
Okay, once Vivitrol.
And people say that Vivitrol didn't make you sick. but it does.
Okay. Common side effects of Vivitrol may include nausea, sleepiness, headache, dizziness, vomiting, decreased appetite, painful joints, muscle cramps, cold symptoms, trouble sleeping, and toothache.
That's so random. A toothache. That sucks.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's actually terrible.
Let's see. What does Vivitrol cause? Yeah, I mean, there's some kind of cocktail that he's on
He's
or
on,
something.
yeah, his eyes were bugging out.
His eyes are not focusing. His eyes are wide.
Yeah.
And something's happening. And I got to tell you, he's not talking the way he was talking when he was talking to Maci.
Yeah.
When he was sober.
When I was watching this, I'm like, I feel like I'm watching old Ryan. Not like so much. I don't know. I guess it's always been heroin Ryan, but it's like Ryan. Remember, like the bugged out eyes Ryan? Yes.
Yeah, this is scary.
He's on something. It's not something off the street.
Yes.
Right. Uh-huh.
So he said that he still has people that he knows that use. Also, I think he's drinking.
He's drinking.
Because Dr. Drew says, you can't drink. And he goes, well, that's going to be tough.
Right. So he's drinking.
He said he goes to AA and NA, and he only went away for 28 days.
So that's the thing. Treatment. He needs long-term in treatment rehab.
Also, he's living in a halfway house. He said that he's going to meetings. He has a sponsor, and he's going to start working the steps. What?
Mm-hmm. He's going to start them.
When?
Mm-hmm. Never, probably.
He's 5 months sober.
This makes me so anxious. I feel so anxious, I have to tell you.
I know. So this is all court ordered too.
Right. So that's why it's hard for me to believe when someone's put in rehab against their will that it's going to stick.
Right. Only for 28 days.
Right.
Why wasn't he?
Okay,
let me ask you a question. Why wasn't he ordered to a year in treatment?
Right. 28 days. Jade's mother did more for that for bingo. You know what I mean?
She did more for before, after.
Oh man.
Oh well. I can't take you sometimes.
Oh man. Now I'm flushing.
I know. She can't even really drive past a church basement without being triggered.
Right. And this guy gets 28 days, Yeah, what the
for
hell?
heroin.
Right. It's a big difference.
Well, Chase is really taking the brunt of this.
Oh, God.
Okay. So his OD, he said, was on purpose.
That's upsetting. I hate that.
Right. So Dr. Drew's like, why? Because of your depression? And it's like, he's like, I don't know. Did you see anything about Mackenzie and the police?
Right. Right. The stuff with the police, the stuff with Mackenzie. Okay. And he feels like
thing. So he goes, you wrecked the house, Ryan. And he goes, I can't talk about that. And then he laughs and laughs and laughs.
Yeah. But I feel like he was acting like not in his right mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant he laughed like he was guilty. No, to me, he was laughing like he wasn't right. Yeah.
Like a Martian.
Yeah. He was not right. Something was very wrong there.
So he said that Mackenzie, he can't talk about it because it's not in court yet or something like that. So Mackenzie does not want a divorce. He does. He said that he sees the kids at Jen and Larry's house and he's so happy. This is what I will say. He is happy that Maci loves him.
Yeah, of course he is. But see, listen, Mackenzie, there are a lot of things that she did wrong.
Yeah.
One of them not being trashing her house. Ryan trashed the house.
Yes.
Ryan was very wrong for that. But like, she doesn't want the divorce because I believe that she was cheating on Ryan.
Yeah.
If Ryan went into a tailspin, wrecked the house or whatever, now she was like, oh, never mind. I actually do want to be with you.
Right.
Yeah. She is toxic too.
She's like, I still need to be on the show.
Right. I still need that money. What am I going to do?
Right. So Bentley, he said that really won't have a conversation with him because they're like two closed off men that are not talking to each other about anything.
Of course.
So he said that, okay, so this is another reason why I know he's not working the steps.
Tell me.
He said that his mom, so regular David goes, there's a lot of people that are going to want apologies.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah. He goes, my mom and dad don't need an apology, though. They just want to see me live my best life.
Right. But part of the 12 steps
is
making amends.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you are sober for 5 months and go to not only AA meetings, you're going to
Right.
NA
NA
meetings.
meetings. Yep.
Why do I know
that.
more than you
Right.
about the steps?
Right. Interesting.
Very
No, of course.
interesting.
That the problem is like watching this. I feel like before I felt much more positive about Ryan, and
Yeah,
then I
this was
watched
scary.
this, and then I didn't feel positive anymore.
Yeah, I was like, can we just not watch this?
right in the like not the reunion, but like in the series and everything
Yes.
going on, I felt so much more positive about him when him and Maci met.
When
like,
him and
to go
Maci met,
eat.
he talked regular. His
Yes.
eyes were regular. This is very bad.
Yeah, this is creepy. I
This
didn't
is
like it
very
at
bad.
all.
All
It's
right.
so fun. You know what's so crazy too? He comes out and he's wearing like a golf shirt, like an orange one, and I thought that Dr. Drew was filming him in jail
Okay,
originally.
I know. It's like the only that's the color,
right?
Ryan.
That's the color.
He's like, what? I just like wearing scrubs.
Oh my god, that made me LOL. I'm
He's
like this
sometimes
guy.
Sometimes in the halfway house, we pretend that we're dental hygienists. And orange is my favorite color.
Tracey used to love wearing scrubs.
I did like wearing scrubs. I felt like I was a doctor.
Yeah, you like wearing scrubs and XOXO earrings.
Listen, Noelle, don't be mad because you never worked in a doctor's office.
I never worked in a doctor's office.
You know that every hot girl from Queens has worked in a doctor's office.
It's so
before.
true, though.
Yeah. You have to gel your hair, put on your best nameplate, throw on your scrubs and a little bit of lip gloss, a little bit of blue eyeshadow, and that's hot girl summer.
I'm so anxious. Do you think it's from talking about Ryan?
Yeah, it's not good. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I feel like so
out.
anxious. Yeah, it's weird.
So he said that he does need to apologize to Maci. He's going to have a talk with her eventually. And he said that he wants to be a mechanic and a father. And regular David's like, and sober. And he's like, what?
We'll talk about that later.
He's like, whatever, shut up. Okay, so now Jen, Larry, and Maci come out. Now,
Right.
this is what I will say. I feel good about this.
So do I. Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I feel like maybe this is going to be the least amount of like they're going to take away that stress from him.
Agreed.
So oh my god, so Maci says something about how she could always count on Jen and Larry even when they weren't talking. She knew that if she called them. And she said the hurt and anger is not as strong as the love. That was very cute.
That's so nice. They really have always had such a good relationship until Taylor was going to beat them up.
Right. But I got to tell you, even that, I think looking back, they're like, oh, he like loves Bentley so much that like he was willing to fight me.
And I think that they look back and they're like, damn, Ryan's addiction just tore us all apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And it's not really about Taylor. He really was just protecting everyone.
Yes.
So, but Larry and Taylor are BFF now and they're going to be playing golf.
I love that. I posted a picture of Larry and Taylor and Bentley and Ryan all golfing.
Very cute. That makes me happy.
Me too.
Now, also, I want to say this. So Maci at first, because Jade was at a softball game and who's the other one? The little one?
Chloe? What little one?
Macy's other child, the
Jade. Jade and I thought you were talking about Jade, the other person on the show.
Jade, her daughter.
Maverick.
Jade and Maverick had softball games, right? Bentley was out with Ryan and Taylor,
right?
And Larry. Jen was, cleaning up a mess. And Macy's like, what am I going to do? And you know what she did?
What?
She joined a hip hop dance team.
That is what she joined. Yes.
She joined and she's like, I'm wearing my outfit from it.
Yeah, that's what she joined. I love being on TikTok and watching all of these dancers, and she belongs in that Stefanina video.
She's teaching us the dirty pop dance from NSYNC.
She does. She is. You're right, because it's like there is no other excuse.
I'm like, what is this look?
There's no other excuse.
They did the flashback to when Larry and Taylor were fighting, and that was just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Things have changed.
Things have really changed.
You're right. She has on a dancer outfit and hair. Really?
I
don't know about the earrings, but
she's in a hip hop dance troupe.
God.
She's like, yeah, times are tough. I got to make some money on TikTok.
Oh.
All right. So now they talk about Mackenzie visiting Ryan in treatment, and apparently that was a big no-no.
Okay, I didn't know that. She like busted in his treatment unannounced.
And they left.
And he got in trouble.
Watching this?
I mean, the thing is, why did you leave?
Don't you have cameras?
That's so crazy.
Ryan got in trouble. She dropped all her protective orders.
Yeah, because she wants to not divorce him. It's funny. She talked such a big game about all of this.
Right? You're unsafe. You're unsafe. You're unsafe.
I so don't like her.
She's bad. Bad news.
She's bad vibes.
Yeah. But Bentley and Ryan are thriving. Okay, great. Let's talk about Brianna.
She looks so good. It's annoying.
She looks good.
Yeah.
She could use a little powder. I'm not gonna lie, but she looks good.
I don't care about the powder. I like the outfit. I like everything. She is hip hoppy dancing, but in a better way.
In a much better way. Her troupe is making money.
Yes, right. Like
getting booked.
She's crunking. I like it.
Stella has an eye issue, and Lewis does not check in.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. When we did the last episode, I forgot, and that's why I brought up the eye issue. And it's like, oh, Tracey didn't watch the second part yet.
I didn't watch the second part, but Lewis does not check in. Brittany is engaged.
I hate him so much.
There's no one I hate more.
How do you not check your daughter's eyes?
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything.
He doesn't care. But why?
You know what?
Okay,
it's weird. She just started having eye issues when she went to the dance and saw him clearly.
My question.
Yeah.
I know that Brittany can't adopt Stella.
Right.
But why can't Lewis terminate his rights?
Because he doesn't want to. And the state of Florida makes
it.
Why
doesn't he want to? Because you know what I mean?
Just option. He needed her.
You went dog just now. I didn't even hear some of what that sentence was.
Oh, I got
only
mad.
Dogs heard it.
I said because he didn't want to give her up for adoption either. He does.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Lewis is so unmotivated that he can't even fill out the paperwork to terminate his rights.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why.
But yet Roxy's like, you got to give him a chance. And it's like, Roxy.
She's 25 years old.
Right. She's getting married, Roxy.
Yeah. And she's like, maybe she'll show up. You never know. You never know,
Brianna.
All right. So Devoyne learns how to communicate and they're friends. And Devoyne is working on himself. I do see.
Yeah.
Maybe a future with them.
I know. Because here's the thing. This is the first time where she was talking about him where I'm like, oh, maybe she does like him a little bit.
I can't imagine being Brianna and not liking him a little bit after having Lewis.
No, but I mean liking him a little bit, like liking him a little bit.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like Lewis would throw me into Devoyne's arms.
But it's like, why is she always so much nicer to Lewis is beyond my comprehension.
Because she knows that Lewis won't talk to her anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Devon is nice. He's just nice.
He's just he needs to work on some stuff.
He knew that he was being unreasonable. I love that.
They did not hook up after I believe that.
Yeah, I believe it too.
She's messy. I mean, she told us about her chlamydia. I think she was
after the lap dance. Right.
So we talked about how Brianna was going to help him with a car, and then he takes out money out of the ATM. 301s. I mean, Devoyne,
get a life.
And he goes to the strip club. She said that she wants him to put himself first. And then also we find out that the daddy-daughter dance is the last time Lewis saw Stella, which was a very long time ago.
Oh my God. It's so disappointing. Even though I know he's like that, it's still disappointing.
I know. Moving on to Leah. Leah couldn't make the show. So someone that kind of looks like Leah came.
AI version.
They took her statue out of the Madame Tussauds wax museum.
Yes.
And they had her. Okay, so they're like, "What happened on the call with your dad?" And she's like, "Oh, he said bad stuff." Then they're like, "Oh, what happened with Jalen?" She's like, "We're cordial." That's not what we wanted to know.
No, right? And it's
what happened?
She won't tell us.
Now we talk about her pole dancing because this is a storyline,
right?
And Nessa goes, "How much fun was it?" And she goes, "So much fun."
Wow. There's something wrong with her. I think her brain broke a little bit.
I think her brain was never fully formed.
No, I know, but Leah's just different than she was before. Like the bacon slap, her peeing her pants, like those were better times.
Right.
Like she's so different now.
Well, she said that her dad had apologized. She also has new teeth.
Yeah, she does have new teeth. I know that you are obsessed with people with new teeth.
Well, she has a new face. She has an entirely
new face. She has a new face. She does.
I think she got that eye color switch surgery.
Like Nikki Fierce. Yeah. I don't know. Nikki Vicious. I don't know. One of those words.
Nikki Rebel. The girls are in 8th grade. Curly. Okay.
I
have to make fun of Curly. Sorry. Here we are.
Do it. Okay.
Dr. Drew goes, "Curly, you're doing equine therapy. How has that been helpful?" She goes, "I don't know how that's been helpful." No. Okay. But wait. And the next sentence they go, "Curly, you want to write a book about how equine therapy has been helpful to everyone." She's like, "Yes."
Yeah. I know.
Curly, you're not pitching this well.
And now straight is curly too. Very confusing.
I know, but this is
I know.
you're Leah's daughter.
Oh, she's Leah's daughter. See, I think that straight is not as much Leah's daughter.
I know. I think
as
straight gives
curly
her a little
is.
bit more of a side eye.
Me too. And like, where's Addie? We just forgot that she exists. We never talk about
Donde
her.
está Addie?
Donde
Addie doesn't really-
está?
she doesn't really film.
No, I know. Is
I
she in
wonder.
mining with Jeremy?
She's mining.
Yeah, I
She's
don't
minding
know.
her own business.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like she was on so much when Jalen was on. That's why
was.
it's so weird. Yeah.
Maybe Jalen got custody.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe Jalen's her real dad, and this is what.
Oh, that's what the real thing
Okay.
is.
So then regular David goes, "Hey, Allie." Or was it Nessa? There's a horse here for you.
No, Nessa says it.
Nessa, look,
Did
it's
you
on
see
the
on
shelf.
that shelf over there?
It's like, that's an ode to you. And she's like, great.
Right. And the people who staged the place are like, what are you doing, Nessa? I have to bring that back to Restoration Hardware.
We have to go make a big return to Home Goods after this.
Right.
After we strike the set. Jeez.
That would be if Tracey was working there.
That's how I
Tracy'd
always
be like,
decided.
okay, collect the carpets
Okay.
now.
I'm not saying that I haven't worked on something very similar.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to say if I didn't return things to Anthropology after I made a certain
Of
set
course
for
you
a
did.
certain, probably the most famous singer in the world right now.
Who is the most favorite singer?
Who's the most famous singer in the world right now?
Taylor Swift. Wow, okay. I was gonna say at first I was gonna say Gaga, but no, it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it all got returned. Anyway.
I'm sure it did. Of course it did. Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we can move on to Amber.
Oh God. Okay. She had to rebuild her life without the cameras.
How'd that go?
Okay. I think you got fired and then rehired.
I don't see you building your life though.
Right, because you let your house fester.
Would
you
you
didn't rebuild
would
anything.
you take a shower?
Right. What did you do exactly?
Took a shower. Your hair looked good.
Her hair looked good. She didn't
Yeah.
look terrible.
All right. So she says she wasn't allowed to have James this summer, but Ixnay on the Umbra. I can't talk about it.
Right.
Leah, Gary, and Christina come out.
Right.
Leah's in high school. She's on the cross country team.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're on the cross country team. You've only run 7 miles. That's not even cross county. What does that mean? I don't know what cross country is. That's what it is.
Okay, me neither. And I think of
Yeah,
like
let's Google
cross country skiing, and my father would tell me, "Yeah, that's just skiing flat." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, so that's what." So she's running flat.
Okay, let's say. Cross country running is a sport which teams and individuals run a race on open air courses over natural terrain such as dirt or grass.
So
they don't
flat.
run like on
a track.
Yes.
So I would think
Okay,
it would be
so-
harder.
Oh, yeah. It says U.S. college distances. In the U.S., cross country runners run between under 5 miles and a little over 6 miles. Oh,
Interesting. I guess because it's harder.
Okay, so I guess the cross country is that you're just running on the country land.
Right. Yes.
And not going to another country. Because here I am. I'm like, how's she going to run to
oh, you're a
Mexico
dick.
in 7
Neve
miles?
from Catfish is a big runner.
He is a runner, but he's a
He's a runner. He's a track star.
he's an interstate runner.
Interweb. He's an interweb. Yeah, I know. You showed me his toenail coming off. Thank you so much for that. I was so upset by that.
Yeah, he always runs crazy races in New York.
Yeah.
He runs across, I think he runs across the Brooklyn Bridge every day or something.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Christina's wearing her prom shoes. Thank you, Christina.
Oh, what were her shoes? Tell me.
They were her prom shoes. They were
Which era?
rhinestone silver open sandals with a closed toe, but like a
Oh, I know exactly what they
Yeah.
are. Uh-huh.
Lauren Mills would have loved these.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lauren's
I know
probably like,
exactly
I got those
what they are.
too.
I wear them to Montreal.
I wear them to Cape Cod.
I wear it to Cape Cod. That's what I was thinking. Cape Cod.
That's how the
Wait.
bartender knows it's me.
And my 3-piece jewelry set.
And sometimes when I run for mayor, I use it in my campaigns. I talked to
I wear my
Lauren
hair
not too
half
long.
up, half down. I love that.
I wear a warm brown eyeshadow. Oh my God. I gotta tell you, I was talking to Lauren a few weeks ago and I was like, hey, I have to apologize. I was like, the podcast has just turned into making fun of you for an hour. She's like, no, I know.
Honestly, I need to see her. Like,
I know,
I
we
need
have
to
to
see
we
her
have
in
to get
person.
together. we
We
have
have
to get
to.
together. I'll make it happen.
Oh God.
Oh God. So Chris so now we talk about the birth control. And
Right.
Leah goes, okay, so we show the birth control
Mhm.
scene, and then Leah says in the scene, right, in the flashback, I'm so lucky to have Dad and Christina to talk to.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, oh fuck.
I know. Shit.
So then she goes on the stage, she goes, I trust all of you. And
Mhm.
Amber's like,
I've never heard you say that before.
sorry,
I never
baby.
heard you say it.
Sorry, baby, that I'm depressed sometimes. She goes fake hysterical. And
Mhm.
Leah, who's her mother, goes,
Uh-huh.
hey, I just want you to be okay with your mental health.
Right. She's like, I want you to be healthy. Don't doubt yourself. And it's like, oh my God.
So here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Gary, Christina, and Leah have an agreement.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They're like, your mother,
Is your aunt.
she's off the wall.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You can't say anything to her.
No. I'm going to give you a script. And here's what you say back to her no matter what she says to you. And
know
it'll
what?
make
Actually,
her cry.
Let's write the script together.
Yes.
And I know that you think that's your mom. It's not your mom. She pees on the floor.
Right.
I know she blamed the dogs, but I think she peed on the floor.
I think it was her. I think she lifted her leg.
So let's, your mom. Yeah.
So when you said, I'm thinking because someone posted in the group when you said she saw James's work boots. What, his union boots?
Oh, those were like a size 10 in men's. Those boots would have fit me.
Oh man.
How old is James? 17.
Seriously. Oh God, Tracy, that's
She
so
picked
funny.
up man size work. It's like, no, those are what's
I
his
think
name?
those are Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews.
Yeah.
Those are Andrews' boots. She's like, oh, right. Okay, sure. She just loves to pretend cry.
She does.
Okay, she was in that house and she was like, how do I get out of cleaning this? How do I get? She's like, oh, those are Andrew's boots. Shoes. I'm gonna
cry.
I'll pretend that they're the baby shoes.
Right.
Oh, the baby shoes.
Let me talk about how I lost a sibling. She tries so hard to cry. Where are the tears?
Oh
Show
my
me.
God.
Show me the tears. I'll lick them off your face. Show them to me.
I'll drink every tear. Go.
That's what I mean. I'll make salt from your tears.
Show me. Your food would be bland if you were
right?
using the salt.
They'd be
from
really
Amber's
low
tears.
food mop. FOD mop. Not fun.
All right. So now everyone's on stage and
Right.
Christina and Taylor is also one of the dads. They're sitting back with the dads.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Leah's going to be 15.
Okay. That's so crazy to me. But Bentley's in high school. How old's Nova? Like 12, right?
Yeah,
she's
Nova's
about, like,
younger
12.
because
Yeah.
Nova's on Team Mom 3.
Team Mom 3.
Yeah. Corey wants more kids. Sean wants more kids. Devoyne's like, I'll take one more on the side.
I know. I love that.
What?
He's like, yeah, I could use one more on the side.
So funny. Brianna calls. So they're like, oh, what was the best part of your little getaway? And she goes, oh, I loved when I won ping ball. And they're like, what the
What is
ping
ball?
And they're like, are you trying to say beer pong?
And she's like, oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But see, I feel like those things,
That's
like they
relatable.
actually have fun and it's relatable. Right. And that's where I just unfortunately like Brianna.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Amber said that if she didn't have a child, she'd be in worse shape.
How? What is your child?
Okay.
What
you
is
have two
you
children,
have two children, but what is it that you do for your kids that keep you in good shape?
Okay, but everyone was probably like, worse than this?
Right.
Worse than this.
I just saw you lift up your leg again.
You
Worse
peed on
than
the
this?
floor on the. I can't even return this rug to Anthropology.
Somebody better grab Curly Alley's horse before she gets a hold of that too.
Someone better grab a little Bissell steam machine.
Oh man, a green machine.
The little green machine.
Oh, I never realized she had such bladder problems.
Yeah, I mean that's just happened to the house. I like how she pees all over the house and then she's like, Andrew. And he's like, what? I moved a long time ago.
Right. This was you. These are new pee stains.
Also, I'll never get over that house though.
Okay. I will.
You knew that. Okay. But you knew that the electricity was not on.
Right.
And you didn't clean out the fridge.
So that's the crazy part is like, you couldn't go say like once a week and do something.
You couldn't pay someone to go do it
right.
once a week.
Because she
Don't
always
even
boasts.
go.
She would boast about her money a lot.
Okay.
I would
Then pay someone
somebody.
$100. First of all,
Yep.
you live in Indiana.
Yeah. Pay
How much
someone.
is a cleaning lady?
Not a lot. Pay someone. Do one room at a time.
One room at a time.
One room.
The room, the refrigerator.
Right. Start with the fucking fridge. Because Gary got salmonella after dealing with that fridge.
Yeah, so did little Emily. Emily's
Yeah.
like, what do I actually have to do with this? And Christina's other kid that doesn't film is like, I'm
so glad I'm not there. Thanks, Dad, for
Yeah.
not signing my contract for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Addie's probably so bad that they can't bring her to a reunion.
Okay, so I was thinking that too, because like every like reel and stuff that is posted of her, it's like, oh, she's bad. She's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she wants attention from her mother, but her mother's face doesn't move.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know if mom's mad, sad.
There's no way to know.
There's no way. I don't know how I make my mom feel.
I don't know where she's looking. All right, guys. Well, this has been fun. This has been a wild ride. We're skipping next week, but the week after that, we'll be back with Teen Mom 2. We're going to continue where we left off. Make sure you buy tickets to our live podcast. November 11th, the New York City Comedy Festival. Oh, boy.
I can't wait.
We're going to be in New York City, baby. 4 p.m. Caveat on the Lower East Side. Tickets are at TraceyCarnazzo.com. I have a ton of shows coming up. TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of that. I'll be in Maryland. I'll be in West Nyack at Levity Live in Rockland County. I'm going to be everywhere. So go to TraceyCarnazzo.com. Get that. Make sure you follow the podcast at Teen Mom Trash Talk. Noelle, you've been posting the best gossip.
I mean, I've been posting a lot, guys. You must.
I read all the gossip today. That's how much. Guys, she posted all about why Zach got a little shoddy shot.
That's right. Right. Just a little, though.
Well, baby shoddy shot. Go over to Teen Mom Trash Talk on Instagram and read all of that. Make sure you follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything podcast related. Leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you listen to us on. And tell one friend about us.
Just one.
Just one. Bye.
Bye.